שקט. די, שקט, לא לריב. הלוואי שהפעם זאת תהיה בת.
הלוואי שהפעם זה יהיה בת.
לא. כן. איזה שובבים אתם.
This story begins about my life in Kansas City, Missouri with my twin sister Miriam. We were born on April 5th, 1927. My parents, Papa and Mama, had already 4 boys, and Mama was expecting and invited her best friend, Mrs. Studna, to accompany her to the hospital.
גברת סטודנה, אני חושבת שהגיע הרגע. כן, תבואי, מהר, מהר. תבואי. בשעה טובה. תודה.
ברוך השם.
זה יהיה בת.
תדאג לזה, אני אדבר עם כל הרופאים. לתמוך באגן וברצפת האגן.
בת.
Baruch Hashem, they arrived, and Mama was delivered of a little girl. This was very happy news for the family because there were only boys. And Mrs. Studna called Papa and said, Rav, your wife has a new baby girl. He was very happy and started to call the family to advise them of the new addition to the family.
יהודה?
הלו?
זאת בת.
מה, זאת בת?
מזל טוב, מזל טוב.
מזל טוב, תודה, אני אודיע לכולם. תודה רבה רבה.
הלו? כן?
מגיע לנו מזל טוב. נולדה לנו בת.
בת?
ברוך השם.
תודה, תודה רבה. מזל טוב, נולדה לכם אחות.
Then after a while, the nurse says to the doctor, Doctor, I think she has another baby. He said, You think so, nurse? And 15 minutes later, I made my unexpected appearance. So Mrs. Studna very carefully called again to my father and said, Rav, there's another daughter. He said, Are you sure, Mrs. Studna? Are you sure? And she assured him this, yes, she saw the baby girl, and everyone is very happy.
הלו?
יהודה, עוד אחת.
עוד בת? את בטוחה?
כן, כן, 2. הרופא אמר ואני ראיתי.
אבל אני כבר הודעתי לכולם. 2 בנות. אני יודע לכולם שוב פעם. תודה רבה, מזל טוב.
עוד בת? אתם בטוחים? תודה רבה, תודה. נולדה לכם. עוד אחות נולדה.
כמה
2 בנות.
3 בנות?
2.
It was 10 days before Pesach, and Mama said, well, I can't stay in the hospital the regular 10 days. I have to get home to prepare for the Chag. And anyway, we made our appearance at home, and everyone was very excited and happy. Pesach was a very exciting time in our home, and of course, coming home just after Pesach was even more exciting. Father decided that we would be called Miriam and Shoshana after a Rav, Meir Simcha from Dvinsk in Lithuania, the Baal Or Sameach, who had died and had no children and asked the children to be named for him. That was my father's shita. He named all of the children after great Rabbanim.
מזל טוב לכולם, להולדת הבנות.
ואיזה שם נקרא להם?
איזה שם?
הרב יהודה החליט על שם הצדיק הגדול, הבעל האור שמח, הרב מאיר שמחה מדווינסק, שהבת אחת תהיה מרים והבת השנייה תהיה שושנה.
Sushana, baby, Sushana.
Papa and Mama had an open house. Papa was the head of the Orthodox Jewish community in Kansas City, Missouri, and people turned to him on all kinds of questions.
רבי שמעון בן גמליאל אוסר תבואה, לא יזרענה, לא יזרענה.
כן יזרענה.
לא יזרענה.
כן יזרענה.
או, רבי אלימלך. שלום, שלום עליכם, תשב, תצטרף.
תודה רבה.
תצטרף ללימוד. המקבל שדה מחברו, תבואה לא יזרענה, קטניות, קטניות תזרענה.
לא
He was a
יזרענה.
big posek and a very learned man. Everyone turned to Papa for answer to their shailot. He was a
דקורא דשערי עבדא דפרת לקמא דרבינה. וזרע,
תודה רבה.
בזכות נשים צדקניות.
נחס, נחס.
וזרע וחרש השערי ולקוהן השער השלחה רבי חביבה מסורה.
When Miriam and I were little girls, very small, my mother's parents came to join us in Kansas City, Missouri.
כן, ילדים, הם הגיעו.
שלום עליכם!
שלום עליכם.
מה שלומך? שושנה, נכון? שושנה! נחום הקטן, ואתה? יוסלה! כמה זמן התראינו!
They had survived the war.
You want to say their names?
Yes, Ethel, Chessa Ethel was my mother, and Akiva was my mama's father. A wonderful couple who lived with us and were an integral part of our lives, and always joined us for Seder and for Shabbat, and they called me Razel, my Yiddish name, but Papa preferred Shoshana and Miriam because he was a lover of Ivrit. There were weddings in our home, especially before World War II, when soldiers wanted to marry before they went overseas and fought in the army, and they brought their sweethearts, and often the Chosin didn't have a simple, plain ring. It's not permissible to use a ring with stones in it. So Mama would often lend her gold ring, her plain ring for the ceremony, and bake a cake, and it was a very big celebration in our home. ברוך אתה השם, מקדש החתן והכלה. חתן טבעת. שווה פרוטה? עדים.
לא שווה פרוטה.
לא שווה פרוטה. טבעת חדשה. שווה פרוטה? חתן תקדש את הכלה. Seven years later, we were surprised and happy to welcome a little brother to our family. He was a very, very beautiful child, and Mama named him Yosef. Papa named him Yosef. Yosef Leib Bloch for
Bloch,
his
Rabbi Bloch.
Rosh Yeshiva, and he turned out to be a brilliant child.
מה אתה משחק?
And he proved throughout his life to be a very, very bright and unusual individual. He later went to yeshiva and has got smicha, and he was a rav in different communities in America, especially in Jewish education, in which he excelled and felt it was an important duty to teach others the mitzvot of Am Yisrael. When he was 4.5, he knew the Gettysburg Address, a very famous speech that Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, gave at the time of the slavery in America. And he would stand on
Civil War.
And the Civil War. And at the time, it was quite exciting to see this little boy of 4.5 stand on a stool, his yellow curls hanging down, and bravely saying, 7 years ago,
הולידו אבותינו על יבשת זו, אומה חדשה, אשר הורתה בחירות ויהודה אמונה, כי כל בני האדם נבראו שווים, שאנו מוצאים במלחמת אזרחים גדולה הבוחנת העם מאומה זו או אומה כלשהי שכך לידתה.
Our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. This was an amazing feat for a child of that age. One of our best friend, Miriam and mine, was Bibi Paslov. She was 1.5 years older than we, living across the street with her grandparents, and we became closest of friends. In fact, that friendship lasted throughout her life.
She was an only child.
She was an only child living with grandparents while her father and mother had a general store a few blocks away. And whenever she had a problem, Mr. Paslov used to say, "Well, Bibi, why don't you ask Rabbi Braver? He would know the answer." So she would come over to our house and very seriously sit next to Papa and say, "Rabbi Braver, I have a question, and my father said you would know the answer." And sure enough, Papa would answer her according to her question.
לכן בית בד, שהוא בנוי בסלע וגינה אחת על גביו ונפחת יבואו!
היי ביבי! היי! בואי, תכנסי.
הלו ביבי!
רבי ברייבר, אפשר לשאול אותך בבקשה שאלה?
יס?
האם מותר לי לשחק בתיבת הנגינה שלי בשבת?
יס.
יאללה ביי שז, תודה רבה. ביי אבא.
After which we left for Mexico, and Bibi even came to visit us there, and the friendship continued throughout our lives. From Kansas City, we had to go to Mexico because the yeshiva that Papa had organized and run in Kansas City, Missouri, the Torah Moshe Yeshiva, when World War II broke out, and then the boys of the yeshiva were enlisted or volunteered to serve. American Jews were very, very patriotic, and as a result, the yeshiva failed because there was no more support and only the younger children were attending. And so, to our regret, we had to leave Kansas City, Missouri, where Papa had been rabbi for 23 years and highly respected and looked up to as a posek. We went to Mexico City across the border, and there Papa was Rosh Yeshiva of Yeshivat Etz Chaim, and established the yeshiva on firm grounds and enrolled many, many students from Mexico City. which was a new growing community, and Yiddish was the language of the country. That is among the Ashkenazi community.
Mame,
Mame,
Tate,
Tate,
Uisale,
Oisale,
Wus machst du?
Wus machst du?
Gute Kinder.
It was a very warm community, a very European community, and we felt very much welcomed and recognized.
¿Cómo estás, Manishma? ¿Cómo estás, Manishma? Hasta la vista, Litro. Hasta la vista, Litro. Buenos días, Boker Tov. Buenos días, Boker Tov. Sí, Ken. Sí, Ken.
Muchas gracias. Toda raba.
Muchas gracias, Toda raba.
And the only problem was that it's 8,000 feet above sea level. And this began to affect my father's health. And eventually, after 3.5 years, much to our regret, we came back to the United States. We went to Los Angeles, California, which is on sea level, in 1948. That was a very historic year because shortly afterwards the State of Israel was declared, and the community began to receive many survivors, to grow slowly in Yiddishkeit, and it was a lovely exile because the climate was warm year-round. And little by little, over time, the Hebrew Day School movement began to grow, and a new development and growth in Jewish life in America. Rabbi Simon Dolgan headed the Hebrew Day School movement in Los Angeles in the early 1950s, and he brought his younger brother, Rabbi Chaim Dolgan, with him to be the Hebrew and English teacher in the day school, and he would become our husband in due time. And we came on our honeymoon to Eretz Yisrael in 1950, and we're on a work and study group. That meant that we worked part of the time, and we went to Kibbutz Yavne for a month and worked there and studied there. And also afterwards we toured the whole country and learned of the new growing state of Israel, which was 2 years old at the time. Life was very, very simple, and we were offered jobs there, but of course we had obligations and we couldn't leave our families at the time, but it started a lifelong desire to come and settle in Eretz Yisrael. And we felt now we were destined to come to Eretz Yisrael because Zahava wanted to come there and study by herself, even though she was only not even 15, but her ties were so strong and her requests were so strong, we couldn't resist, and she did come here. And a year later, we were going to join her. Suddenly, the Six-Day War broke out, and we were completely stymied because we had sold our home, we were ready to come on Aliyah, and we didn't know how long the war would end, would last.
Our basic objective will be the destruction of Israel. The Arab people want to fight. Our forces are heading now towards Haifa.
And thank God, over 6 days, Eretz Yisrael became a larger Medina, and we were reunited with Ethel Zahava in Eretz Yisrael and have made our home here.
כדאי לכם לעלות, אני כבר הייתי שם, ראיתי את ארץ ישראל. בואו.
Since then, Baruch Hashem. And here we had an addition to the family, Batzion, who is a Sabra and who is now married and also a very wonderful mother, and is a full-fledged Israeli, not as her mother is, who will never be completely Israeli in even except her feeling. I'm grateful to Ribono Shel Olam for all of his brachot, and we feel Eretz Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Eretz Yisrael. We're here.
הרחמן ידך לאכלו אבותינו בארץ מצרים, קוד הכפין יתה ויכול, קוד הצריך יתה ויפסח. אשתחך לשנה הבאה בערד ישראל, אשתה עבדי לשנה הבאה בני חורין.
לשנה הבאה בירושלים, לשנה הבאה בירושלים, בירושלים הבנויה. שושנה הבאה בירושלים, שושנה הבאה בירושלים, שושנה הבאה בירושלים, בירושלים הבנויה.
שושנה
בירושלים, בירושלים הבנויה. שושנה בירושלים, שושנה בירושלים, שושנה בירושלים, בירושלים הבנויה.
לא הבנתי.
לא, תעשי...
איך תכנסי ספרות בפה?
מעולה. רוצים לעשות את זה שוב?